test airplane. During that time, we also opened a facility in South Carolina in Charleston, where we are building another this ETS thing that is going on, emission trading scheme. You have this airplane, you're going to be ahead in the rest of the world or rest of your customers. The economic performance, 20% lower fuel consumption, 10% lower operating cost, 30% lower airframe maintenance cost. All of these are very powerful things because today airlines are hurting for making money. When you have a powerful tool like 787, it's important. And if you look at Air India's own presentations to the government for their turnaround plan, they have said this is a key to their activity in the future. And we are pleased that we can be part of that and that they have ordered this early, because today, and I'll show you that also, we have over 800 airplanes yet to be built. And if you came to us today to buy a brand new 787, you probably will have to wait at least 7 or 8 years to get one. So that's a positive thing from the Boeing point of view, not our customer point of view. Next. And that's what that chart is. 59 customers worldwide have ordered 870 airplanes. You can see all the different top carriers in the world have gone for it. In India, both the Jet Airways and Air India have next generation engine. You go take a look at this wing, and you can do that right now from outside. Very unique and very different wing. And when you go in the flight, it flexes up and it looks like a real bird flying in the sky. And that's really, it's giving it advanced aerodynamics, which is what is giving us this wonderful fuel burn, in addition to having better systems, lighter airplane, and all these features. And we have the cockpit. You will be able to see that. It's got the best possible, fewer lights and switches. All the circuit breakers that used to have in the airplane are all gone. They have become software. They're all controlled on the pad like an iPad on the screen. And it's really what has done, improved this cockpit significantly. It's got a heads-up display, so you are in the weather flying. You don't have to look down all the time to see what different airspeed or altitude you are at. The heads-up display, you can see outside at the same time. You can see all these parameters, and you can see that or even almost film it. Okay, next. So on the 787, we promised a lot of things, and I can tell you today without any doubt in my mind, because I have flown these airplanes. ANA has flown over 120,000 passengers now on their 5 airplanes. It's everything we promised, and that's what I said. It is what we said it will happen, and it has happened, and that's really the nice thing. It took time, but we are there. Next. And these technology innovations, again, are listed here, which are, again, repeated, because what we had to show and convince people that what we waited for, it took time, but it got there, and now the benefits are being reaped by the airlines and also passengers like you and me who fly this airplane or who will be flying this airplane in the future. Next. And this advanced aerodynamics of fuel burn, you can see the wing itself is giving a 7% better fuel efficiency. Just the wing design and the wing shape, that makes a big difference, okay? The raked wingtips, the smaller flap track fairings, all these things that you can see. And as I talked to you with the fly-by-wire, we have wing load elevation, we have vertical gust separation on this airplane, and trailing edge variable camber. All these aerodynamic technologies is helping us to get that beautiful fuel burn. Just the wing alone, 7%, and across the board in the entire airplane, up to 20% fuel efficiency. And this is the beautiful flight deck. Again, I invite you all to come there and see it in the times that we are going to do, because we really want to show every one of you. We are so proud of this airplane that we want your readers, your viewers to see this airplane, because not everybody in India can come and be at the Hyderabad Air Show. You guys are. So through your means, we are really wanting to show this to the rest of the people in India, that what Air India has done and what kind of airplane this is that Air India is buying. Next. And again, the composite material, which you can see, all the blue dot that you see there is carbon fiber, carbon laminate, and we have all these different composite material. It makes it lighter, more durable, almost no corrosion and fatigue, and also reduce scheduled maintenance. And this is why this airplane will be sort of less time in the garage, more in the air where you make money, at the same time very fuel efficient. And if you will see when you walk by this airplane, you will see this things back of the airplane engines, which is called the chevrons. These chevrons are making it less noisy. The airplane will go farther, it will go faster, it's cleaner, it's quieter, and more efficient. And that's what the next generation engine technology, both by Rolls-Royce and GE, is doing for this airplane. And how much cleaner? 20% more fuel efficient. It is burning about 2.5 liters on an average per passenger 100 kilometers. That's how efficient this is. Your cars don't do this good sometimes. The 20% reduction in carbon emission, about 62 to 67 grams of CO2 per passenger kilometer, becoming very important in the EU and everywhere else for that matter in the world. An airline can customize those for the benefit of their passengers, for meal service, for breakfast service, for dinner service, for sleeping. You can have is that air is, you feel as though you're on the mountain that is 8,000 feet high. You bring this down to 6,000. We did studies again on altitude chambers with thousands of students, and that's what, now the flight test program, as I said, 787 in 5 days. That's all it takes to convert a 777 pilot into a battle. The Guinness Book of World Record just given us those world records. There's new endurance record of 19,144 kilometers and new speed record. We went around the world in 42 hours and 26 minutes with the 787. Miles east of it, and it was something unique. You can see the northern lights, you can see the pole, and it's a unique landing, so it's not new. Next, rivers are open, and the engine is trying to basically slow the airplane down and bring it to a stop. And this is that beautiful wing I was talking about. It just looks so different and so unique, and it looks even beautiful when it's in flight. Next. And this is the interior that you will see. There are 18 seats in the business first, full flat horizontal beds, and there are 238 economy seats. Go to the next one. These are the economy seats, 3 and 3 and 3 across, and there are total 238 of them, making a total of 256 seats. And this is what you can see with your own eyes. It's a lot different and it's a lot more pleasing. We just took some pictures. It's roughly, I think, 9 or 10 inches, very pleasant. You can see movies, you can see, play video games. I'll be happy to answer almost every one of them because I know we're looking forward to delivering it. And as I have always said in every single press conference, that the issues of compensation are between us and the airline, so we're not going to discuss it here. But Sanjay, thanks for trying one more time.
This is I'm Aurora from IMA.
Yeah.
Two questions related to figures. You mentioned passenger capacity is higher than planes of the older type.
Yeah.
And second was you qualified fuel efficiency by saying 20% less.
Yeah.
2.5 liters per passenger
for 100 kilometer passengers. Yeah.
Compared to what?
Oh, these are compared to airplanes like our own 767. This is looking at compared to your A310s of the past and the A330s. So these are the types of airplanes that 787 is going to replace. So it's in relation to that. And your first question was about what?
Passenger capacity.
Yeah, so passenger capacity, if you look at it, our own 67s were about 210, 220 in a similar configuration. A310s that Air India had was just under 200. Now the traffic has grown over the time, and this airplane, as I just mentioned to you, has 256 seats. So that's how the passenger capacity has grown.
Sir,
yeah, go ahead.
How many orders do you have out of India, and does the current financial health of the several carriers, as we are discussing, concern you in terms of, when you
Sure.
take a long-term view of that, and what is the timeline you would be delivering these?
Good, very good question. So our order book in India, I'll give you in detail, and I may be off by 1 or 2 airplanes, but not much, okay? We have 10